Okay, good morning to all of us. Welcome to another presentation by IPMI MBA Business School. So we are here, IPMI MBA student. We are Pa Weki, Pa Medi, me, and Andrio, and then we have Pa Lukman and we have Pa Mateo through the corporate finance course in November 2021. So today we are going to present to you about the IPO event analysis. We took one of the company that's just do the IPO. It is a PT Bundamedik Tbk. And the agenda for today, through this presentation, we are going to present to you about the global economy, Indonesia economy, industry analysis, company analysis, and also price analysis. We divide it into three: the IPO price, the current price, and also the technical analysis. The next part will be presented by my colleague. Please, Mamedi.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about the global economy, which the world economy is experiencing an exceptionally strong but highly uneven recovery. The global growth is set to reach 5.6% in 2021, the strongest post-recession pace in 80 years. And the growth is concentrated in a few major economies, with most emerging market and development economies lagging behind, while about 90% of advanced economies are expected to regain their pre-pandemic per capita income by 2022, but only about one-third of EMDs are expected to do so. And the global outlook remains highly uncertain, with major risks around the path of the pandemic and the possibility of financial stress amid large debt loads. So the policymakers face a difficult balancing act as they seek to nurture the recovery through efficiently allocated fiscal support while safeguarding price stability and fiscal sustainability. And policymakers can also help encourage a lasting recovery by undertaking growth, enhancing reforms, and steering their economy onto a green, resilient, and inclusive development path. Prominently among the necessary policies are efforts to lower trade costs so that trade can once again become a robust engine for growth.
Okay, thank you, Mamedi, for that. And after we get to know about the global economy, so we go through the Indonesia economy. So this information is we got from the Asian Development Bank. So ADB, or Asian Development Bank has downgraded its economic growth forecast for Indonesia from the 4.5% year-over-year to become the 3.5%. And also ADB also revised down its economic growth forecast for Indonesia next year to 4% from 5% earlier. And as the information that the second quarter of 2021 growth of 7.07%, which fell short of expectation, led lower basis for economic growth in the ensuing year. And the second factor behind ADB's decision were swinging restrictions on public mobility, as you may know, during the third quarter of 2021, which applied pressure on economic indicators such as retail sales, motor vehicle sales, consumer confidence, even the purchasing managers index. And the third reason, as we all know, is about the economic slowdown in various countries. Because of what? Because of the new variants of the COVID-19. And also the case spike, especially in developed nations, including the US, and also the financial pressure on the global economy and contraction in the service sector, as you could see in the graph in GDP and also the inflation. And after we got to know the global and also Indonesia, let's go through the next page of the industry analysis, which will be presented by my colleague, Pak Mateo. Please, Pak Mateo.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Andrio. So now we'll talk about the industry analysis. So based on data by Directorate Jenderal Pelayanan Kesehatan in 2021, total hospital in Indonesia from 2017 until 2020 tend to increase. Total hospital in Indonesia in 2020 amounted to 2,985 units, increasing 108 units comparing to 2019. The total hospital in Indonesia in 2021 are 3,000 more units, classified as follow Type A hospital by 60 units, Type B 439 units, and Type C 1,589 units. Type D is for 847 units. Type D Pratama is 53 units and not yet classified amounted to 122 units. The hospitals, based on its service in 2021, General Hospital are 2,471 units and Specialized Hospital are 578 units. In the hospital distribution, based on their fulfillment of infrastructures and medical devices (SPA) in 2021, consists of hospital with SPA are bigger than 60%, which is 1,222 units, and hospital with SPA less than 60% are 1,827 units. There are some key takeaways from industry analysis from the ASEAN briefing. So the first is Indonesia healthcare industry present a lucrative investment opportunity for investor given its market size and government spending on universal healthcare. The implementation of universal healthcare program, the largest in the world, has resulted in increased healthcare access and hence demand for hospital, doctors, and medical equipment. The government has eased regulatory hurdles to give foreign investors a larger stake in certain subsectors of the industry, such as raw material production for pharmaceuticals and hospitals. Indonesia's pharmaceutical industry has experienced annual growth between 10 and 13%, boosted from the rollout of national health insurance. The policy has been a boon for the industry. ASEAN's largest, which recorded more than $9 billion in sales in 2019 and expected to reach $10 billion by 2021.
Okay, so for about the company analysis, below is the summary of the company business. The first is the hospital. The company owns 2 maternity hospital and 3 general hospital. And then the next one is general clinic. The company operates 2 general clinic, each in Jakarta and Bekasi. And then the third is IVF clinic. The company owns 10 in vitro fertilizer clinics located across Indonesia with market share of 46%. And then the next is diagnostic lab. The company owns 14 diagnostic labs located across Indonesia. For pharmaceutical, as a centralized distribution, Bunda Global Pharma fulfill 95% of the company and subsidiaries medicine requirement. And yeah, for the next is about the supporting service. Supporting service cover medical evacuation, dental clinic, and physiotherapy. And then the hotel, the company owns 1 hotel located in Menteng called Daima Norwood. And then the last is medical tourism. The medical tourism company was established to develop the business of medical tourism. Next. So for the next one is about the total asset, total revenue, and net income during 2018 to 2020. So the first one is about the asset. Asset mainly consists of cash and cash equivalent, account receivable, and fixed asset. Asset increase mainly due to the increase of cash, account receivable, investment in associate, and right to use asset. And about the revenue mainly consists of inpatient, IVF, and outpatient revenue. Revenue increased from 2018 to 2020, mainly due to the hospital facility, room for inpatient, medicine and equipment, and IVF service. And then the last is about net income. Net income also increased mainly due to the increase of revenue and the ability to maintain the expense at low level from you can see in the graph from 2018 to 2020. So the next slide will be present with my colleague, Pak Weki.
Thank you, Pak Lukman. So we are going to discuss about the price analysis of PT Bundamedik Tbk with the tickers of BMHS. So BMHS effective by OJK on 28 June 2021 and was listed at the IDX on 6th of July 2021 with IPO price of Rp340 per share, of floating 7.26% that represent of 210.8 billion rupiah. So based on this data, we can calculate that the valuation at IPO was 2.9 trillion rupiah with PBV at 2.92 times, P-sales at 2.53 times, and EV/EBITDA at 12.44 times. Next, please. So for the IPO price analysis, we compare peers valuation in the market using metrics that is commonly used, P-sales, P/BV, and EV/EBITDA. So we choose the comparable. The first one is Mika, as you know, is the tickers for Mitra Keluarga, and then Silo stand for Siloam, Hill for Hermina, and etc. So and then we calculate the mean or the P-sales, PBV, and EV/EBITDA, and then we calculate the standard deviation, and then we calculate the minimum and the maximum metrics by plus minus the standard deviation. And then after that, we collect information at 31st December 2020 because the BMHS was listing using the book of 31st December 2020. So we collect information about the sellers, BV or equity book value, EBITDA, EBT, interest, depreciation, non-controlling interest, debt, and cash. And then after that, using the first minimum and maximum matrix, we can calculate the IPO pricing. So based on the calculation, we got the price per share minimum minimax at 207 for P-sales and maximum at 72. And then if we use the matrix of PBV, we can calculate the minimum of 146 with maximum at 602. Using the EV/EBITDA matrix, we get the 217 until 452. And then based on this minimum and maximum matrix, we develop the football field chart, where we can see that the bars that slice other bars represent the range of valuation. So based on the football field chart, the IPO pricing was in the range of 217 rupiah until 452 per share. So BMHS was offered at 340 per share at IPO. That was still within our range, which is very close to our midpoint of 334 per share. Hence, IPO price had been priced fairly. Next, please. And after the IPO price analysis, we also analyze the current price analysis using the data on 21st November 2021. So we repeat the similar step of the IPO price calculation, and then we can get that the price per share of minimum maximum P-sales at 289 until 1,213, and for matrix PBV we get the price per share of 223 to 921, and for matrix EV/EBITDA we get the price of 466 to 906. And then same, we also develop the football field chart, and we get the incision or the slice of the bars. So based on our evaluation on the current price, the price range of BMHS is in the range of 466 to 906. BMHS was trading at 865 rupiah at 21st November 2021 and still within the range. Based on this, we concluded that market had priced the asset fairly. Next. We also conducted a technical analysis of stock movement since IPO to 21st November 2021. And we can notice that the resistance level at 905 to 920. So BMHS was in the downtrend from the October 2021 with resistance level at 905 to 920. We see that the market has been consistent with our calculation that show the upper limit of 906 with room to rise to 921 per share using PBV analysis. It seems that the asset price already reflected all available information in the market. Next.
Okay, thank you, Pavik, and also all the team members. So we already present to you about the recent IPO analysis. We start from the global economy until the price analysis. So in order to close today's session, I'd like to have a quote from Eugene Fama. I take the market efficiency hypothesis to be the simple statement that security prices fully reflect all available information. So that's by having the quote, I would like to close this presentation for you. We do hope this presentation would be useful in your life. And once again, thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and also comment to our video. Thank you. It's from Pak Weki, from Bu Medina, from me, from Pak Lukman, also from Pak Mateo. See you in other videos. Bye-bye.